Man, I really hope luck will be a lady on tonight's episode.
We have to use our pure imagination and think positive.
Guys, we can't throw away our shots. They'll be back.
We should look to the western sky for our next guest.
But how should we get her here?
Say her name 3 times, it must be broken, unbroken.
Gabby!
Gabby!
Oh, shut up!
All right, welcome to the Oh Shut Up podcast, Gabby. We are super happy to have you on. So why don't we just get right into the episode? So first off, who are you, and what are some of your interests? Like, what are some things that you enjoy?
So, I'm Gabby, obviously, but I enjoy theater, basketball. I'm very, of the arts, like what I just said, and I love performing.
Awesome, that's awesome.
Wonderful.
So speaking of theater, which is what your episode is kind of all about. It's about musical theater. What is the main thing about musical theater that you enjoy?
The main thing of musical theater that I enjoy is the community, because when you're working on a performance, you really get together with the people that you know, and you get to make like a bond with them that's like unbreakable, and you get to make new friends with people that you've
Yeah, I
never
think
known
that's
before.
true what you're saying, because I think a lot of things that we did, back in Robin Hood, the bond that drew everybody together onto a nut show is really, you can feel the bond that we had together.
And we like to glaze our story of how we were friends, Harrison and Jamie. But it's like, honestly, I feel like we wouldn't be as close of friends as we are now if it wasn't for Robin Hood and how tightly that community was for that show, you know. And I didn't even know Gabby before Robin Hood, and so I think, bring new
And
friends.
you were who in Robin Hood for the audience?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was
You.
right.
Gabby, who were you in Robin Hood? The Sheriff of Nottingham.
That Robin Hood fights in
The
every
evil
fight.
sheriff.
Yeah.
It's definitely
So
fun.
why don't we get into our next? Yeah, for sure. So let's get to our next point. What is the most difficult part of musical theater?
The most physical part is probably the dancing and like singing at the same time, because when you're dancing and singing at the same time, it really like drains a lot of energy, because you have to work on breath control and being on point during every single dance move so you don't look out of place, and that really makes it like hard to do, and you have to train for that a lot.
Yeah, I've never I don't know, because I've always thought about that. I've well, there's singing and dancing at the same time, because you never I don't know, because in all the shows that I've done,
2
I guess
musicals.
the singing, yeah, two musicals and the one straight play. It's like, it's interesting because the music, the singing doesn't really take over the dancing too much. But when you have to do a solo, and like I'm not sure if you have had to, but if you have to do like a solo and you have to do dancing at the same time for that, I'm sure that is super difficult. And I like recently thought about this because we're working on a script for our own performance of Robin Hood, Harrison.
Yeah, we're making Robin
And
Hood the musical.
and the opening scene with King Richard and Prince John, there's like a solo, not solo, duet song, and they have to dance. And I'm like, oh, I don't know how difficult this is going to be. Sorry, Jamie. Sorry.
Yeah, it's designing a musical is definitely interesting way. And are you in a musical right now?
Yes, I am. I'm in Beetlejuice. And
And who are you in Beetlejuice?
I wonder. I'm Beetlejuice.
Wow.
So how's it
how
being, right? Beetlejuice.
It's really cool being the name of a title character, because you really get to like have like true moments of shine all on you, and sometimes you just get the attention focused on you, and it's when you have to learn the lines, it's like, whoa, I'm really this character. But then you also have to put a lot of
Yeah, I
Right.
effort
think
into
part
it.
of being a main character is just you have to, like, it's just a broad character like Robin Hood or Beetlejuice, like people have like a view on them based on movies, and this is a musical based off a movie where the movie was the Beetlejuice was really like, "Hey, it's me, Beetlejuice. Hey."
Because like there's okay, here's the thing. Because for Robin Hood, there's so many different versions. Like, yeah, people will think the Disney version at first, and that'll be the first one. But there's so many different versions that pop into so many people's heads that you aren't like you're not sure. Like it's fine if you take your own direction with it, but for Beetlejuice, I think there's only the stage performance of it and Michael Keaton. I guess that dumb cartoon, but how much I want to say how much inspiration from Michael Keaton's Beetlejuice have you taken?
So I have definitely watched the film like a lot lately. One thing I really want to do is the voice, but I can't manage to do it healthily without damaging my vocal cords. But like seeing how he acts and looking at his like body movement, I've kind of like studied like how he walks and like how he kind of talks, and I try to like study like the way that he does that and like use that into my own character, not copy it, but like invent it in a new way.
Hmm.
So,
So
who are you in Moana? Like, and how do you think you're gonna take the experience from being like a main character in Beetlejuice into the Moana experience?
One thing that definitely interferes, I played Chief Ancestor 1 in Moana Jr. And one thing that definitely interferes is the two overlapping each other. And it's like you have to really work on both at the same time, but you have to primarily focus on the one that you're a lead. But the transition into the two is definitely difficult, but once one is over, it's definitely easier to do the other.
mm, so sort of let's see. I want to ask how long have you been kind of into musical theater for? Um, and I guess was it easy to kind of like I don't know you hmm,
So,
how
how
easy
long
was it
have you
to
been?
right no exactly yeah we'll start with that. How long have you been in musical theater for?
I have been in musical theater for 3 years since sixth grade.
So,
And
was like beginning in sixth grade, was it like your first experience ever in musical theater? Like, have you touched with musicals, plays?
So when I first did musical theater in sixth grade, I actually wanted to change my major and I didn't want to do it. And what I had realized is that I hadn't seen any musicals, hadn't done any of it. I just thought it was weird. But once I got into it, I realized that this is like what I want to do, and I realized how much of like a motivating
Okay.
experience it is.
so
Jamie, do you
Jamie,
want to say anything?
you have not said a word, dude.
So,
He's been quiet.
that's like the most difficult part about musical theater.
Dude.
The most difficult the most difficult part of musical theater is probably memorizing the lines and putting it on the stage, because when you have to memorize lines, it truly takes a long time if you have to memorize like 80 paragraphs at a time. So like you have to like devote your time into that, and I think that's the hardest part of it.
Yeah, Beetlejuice, he's one of those characters who's like he's got big lines. Like he'll be like just he'll go on rambling. He'll have a giant spiel. So I think that would probably be tough. But is there anything else you'd like to ask Jamie?
Um, so, how about some Broadway trivia?
Sure.
We're not doing that yet, Jamie.
We're
That's a
not.
bit later on the
How
podcast.
about we not do some Broadway trivia?
We've only had 9 minutes, Jamie. We've
Okay,
only had
so
9 minutes.
What else do I ask?
um, so good question.
Great question.
Is it harder, like for example, since you've been in a musical and a non-musical, a straight play, how is it? Would you say it's more difficult just memorizing all the lines with no songs, or having songs? Which one would you say is harder for you?
What I would say harder for me is probably the straight play, just memorizing the lines. Because with a song, you have rhythm, and sometimes there's like a slight like music in the background that can like remind you of what you're supposed to say. While in a straight play, you just have like yourself. You have to rely on yourself. There's no music. There's nothing that can like remind you of what you're supposed to do. You have to just like
Yeah, you just kind of
keep
have to have it in
going
your
and going
head.
and going and going
I
until you get it.
remember for Robin Hood, I wasn't memorized until like close to the end of the last month, and it was super stressful, and I was trying so hard. I was like, and every single time I would just
Me
embarrass myself. I would
too.
just be on this, like, I'd just be on stage, and I'd be like, line, line, and it was super embarrassing. But for musicals, I'm almost fully memorized. So
Yeah. I remember during Robin Hood, when I was doing my lines, I was like, me and my friends have a joke. It's like an inside joke, and we just say, all five, please. And it like correlates to like, I don't want to say it. Can't say it.
all five, please.
All five, please.
So I want to ask. I don't know how we didn't ask this before, or maybe we did. I don't know. What is the most intriguing thing about musical theater to you? What attracts you to musical theater the most? Like what?
What attracts me to musical theater the most is probably the music, because it's like from movies there's like not really like any singing, dancing, but like with music you can like it like brings a whole new aspect of creativity into the material. So when you're able to add music into something, you can add a dance without it being out of place, you can add singing without it being out of place, and that like truly like what makes the musical is the music.
Right. That just opens the whole, just like creative space because you got like you got art in stuff, you got like acting, and then you got the music, and it's just bringing it all together as one, and I think that's such an awesome thing.
So musicals are I find really interesting. Like I same thing with me. I only got into musicals and when I was in sixth grade. Like I think my first musical was Hamilton, so that where I started off with, and then building up. Like I didn't know much about musicals until like late last year, and then just because I wanted to move up like into productions, and I think I just started moving and just learning more. So, what's a musical that you want to be in?
A musical that I would want to be in, this is a really hard one. There's like a lot of musicals I like. Wait. I would probably say Moulin Rouge, because it's a jukebox musical, and it has like all the different kind of musics from it, like different kinds of like it has like Toxic from Britney Spears in it, and I performed one of the numbers, Backstage Romance, for a showcase, and that one was like really fun, and like the whole musical has songs like that, so that
Uh,
really attracts me to it.
I think me personally, I would love to be in Shrek the musical. It just seems so goofy, and I just
Who
love me a goofy movie,
who would
a
you
musical.
be in Shrek the musical? Would you be Shrek? Who would you
I don't
be?
know. I feel like there's a lot of characters that I could play off pretty well. Like I could be Donkey, I could be Shrek, I could be World Fatra. Jamie, you could be a good World Fatra.
You could be
Yeah,
Pinocchio.
I can be the dragon. Rawr.
I
Don't
doubt
you
Yeah.
agree, Sunburst the dragon?
I could see.
Oh yeah, Sunburst the Dragon.
Oh yeah, Sun vs. the Dragon.
Oh no! I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sunburst the Dragon, your name on
Yeah, that's
your no no
Harrison.
no no that's your name, Gabby, on Podcastle.
Okay, Lucas,
It's from fourth grade, and when I pressed join, I didn't realize it's.
Lucas, what musical would you want to be in, and what character would it be?
What okay, well, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I'm not a big musical guy. But I think hmm, I think I would definitely go back. I love gambling. I would go back and do Guys and Dolls, and I would love to play Sky Masterson. He's such a cool character, and I love the whole like idea of him. He's just like he's a gambling man, but he falls in love, and I think it's just so awesome to see him convert throughout the course of Guys and Dolls, I guess. And he goes from being this gambling guy. I don't got time for any girls or anything. And then he settles down with Sarah, and it's just like I would love to play him. So yeah, I think Sky Masterson and Guys and Dolls.
Jamie?
So I do really like Guys and Dolls too, but I was gonna audition for Sky actually in sixth grade, not sixth grade, seventh grade when we did that play. But to be a bit more original, I feel like I'd like to I'd like to do Mulan, the Disney thing, because that's like a musical,
Mulan.
right? Yeah.
Who who would you play, Jamie Mulan?
I mean, I wouldn't be upset, but you know that like red dragon guy,
Oh,
Mushu.
Mushu.
Mushu, that guy,
Yes.
or like
I thought he would
like
be the main guy.
yeah, or like the main like the commander guy, or the emperor.
Hmm.
hmm
Hmm. Harrison, do you have any
Interesting.
more questions for us?
I don't think I. Give me a second.
And why don't we get into Broadway trivia? Or is that still a sensitive topic, Harrison?
Don't want to do Broadway trivia. Ah!
The context
Okay.
behind that is that earlier he just said I'm not doing Broadway trivia, and because he's on the show, we like assign people to do like different, because we have games in
We
each
have
episode,
jobs.
and we assign people to do them. And I told Harrison he's going to do the Broadway trivia like yesterday, and then today we called and he was like, I'm not doing the Broadway trivia, and I was like, what do you mean? You're supposed to. And then he was like, no, I'm not gonna answer the questions. I still have the. I was like, oh my gosh, thank goodness.
Because I have the
So-
answers and I don't want to be a cheater. Okay. Question 1. A deal was made with Washington, D.C., and nation's new capital, and the rumor happened. What's a song in a smash hit musical? Which musical is that?
Hamilton.
Correct.
Hamilton.
Yay!
In 1983, Prince recorded When Doves Try and West Go Tracy for best-selling 1984 album, and Alice Walker becomes the first black woman to win the first award for a number that fight in Whoop
What about Prince?
Golden Globe movie and
What?
Broadway musical Walker's Number and Prince Day
1883.
album.
All I
and
heard
both
was-
named in Woodguard cover. What cover is those both in?
What?
What
What
did
is
any of that have to do with the
Prince's
color?
cover?
No cover.
Like cover.
What do you make fun of what the
Oh.
deaf
Yeah,
guy
my
said? You thought he said color?
No clue.
So what cover is like Prince known for?
Oh, what cover
The-
is he known for?
C O. I'm not gonna finish that.
VER.
Yeah.
The Purple Rain.
Purple. Yeah.
Is that
Talk
is it-
about
what
a
the-
circle of
what is
life. Rafiki's host
No,
a
no,
fuzzy
no,
baby one-
no, Harrison, what does that have to do with music? What does that have to do with Broadway?
Prince is a singer.
Isn't the
I
cover
know.
Purple a musical?
This is music.
Oh,
My
Purple-
bad. I looked up top 10
That's not musical.
Broadway trivia.
You looked it up online. You're supposed to do more research than going on Google and picking the first 10 answers.
Commit to the
Talk
bit.
about a circle of life. Rafiki's hosts a fuzzy baby one more time. What musical turned what musical turned in musical took home 6
Musical,
Tony
musical,
Awards
musical.
in 1989.
I don't know. Probably the
Was you a-
Lion
Lion
King.
King.
Because you said Rafiki. Oh wait, wait real quick? Can I tell a fun Rafiki story?
Lion King?
So
I
when we
just
go to
heard
Texas
Rafiki.
Roadhouse,
I just heard Rafiki.
we now when we go to Texas Roadhouse, we tell them I got on the birthday saddle, and it wasn't my birthday. It was just closing night of Robin Hood, and so we went to Texas Roadhouse afterwards, and I got on the birthday saddle, and they gave me a free cupcake. Oh, finally, he turns on his camera. For the people who are listening, Jamie just turned on his camera after being a mysterious guy for like 20 minutes. Anyway, so we were in Texas Roadhouse, and I get on the birthday saddle, and then after I stop raising your hand, Harrison. And after I get off of the birthday saddle, Harrison whispers in my ear. He says, "You know how to get free food? You tell them it's somebody's birthday. Whose birthday is it?" And I don't know. Whose birthday is it? And he says, "Rafiki. It's Rafiki's birthday." Okay. Happy birthday,
I
Rafiki.
went
Every
with
day.
a person, and that trick is like, I love that trick. It's just Rafiki. It's just like, Rafiki's birthday! Yay! He has
This
a
is
birthday every
Rafiki, by
day.
the way. This is Rafiki.
For the audio listeners, Lucas has a tater Thatcher's microphone.
It's a
for some
chicken
reason.
nugget. It's a chicken
Chicken
nugget.
nugget, my bad.
He is.
Okay.
He's being held hostage on my mic.
Number 4. Known as the hottest ticket on Broadway for years after 2015 debut, what's the name of the musical formed by Lin-Manuel Miranda that loosely based on a biography written by John Foe? No, not John Foe.
Hamilton?
Yeah.
Hamilton?
You've had 2 Hamilton questions. 2 questions with the answer being Hamilton. There's 2
That's Hamilton again.
questions, Harrison. We do not need 2 Hamilton questions.
I like Hamilton.
Thank you.
One of the Broadway's running
Who was the
longest
main
musical.
character in Hamilton? Who was the main character in Hamilton? Alexander Hamilton.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I did not know.
Did you know the actor that played King Richard also was in Frozen? Did you know
Oh
that?
yeah.
Really?
He sings Lost in the Woods. Such a good song. And you know who also
I'm pretty
sings
sure
Lost
he
in the
died.
Woods? Weezer. You just got Weezered. Anyways, one of the Broadway's longest running musicals. What Jonathan Larson show with 4-letter title featuring characters singing about how they couldn't pay their New York City landlord.
Yeah. Could you repeat
Can
the
you
question?
repeat that?
One of the Broadway's longest running musical. Which Jonathan Larson show with a 4-letter title featuring characters singing about how they couldn't afford their New York City landlord to pay the New York City's landlords.
Wait, Rent.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
I want to see that musical now because
We're doing
I
Rent
couldn't
for
pay my
8th
taxes
grade
to my
number.
landlord.
I know Jolie talks about it a lot, and so I think that's
Okay.
8th grade number. That's
Billing
right.
itself
I've
as
heard of
found
this.
to
Isn't
a
the movie isn't
musical.
What?
what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
What?
it's a movie.
What did you say? What did you say?
He
Anyway,
said, "Is it a movie?" Rent.
Is
Is
what
what
a
a
movie?
movie?
did you hear that, Lucas?
Oh, is there a movie?
I didn't.
What?
Anyways,
'Cause you're deaf.
billing itself as a farm to stable musical, widely popular Broadway show, Shucked is about farmers raising wet sable trout.
I don't know.
Huh? Go slow this time.
We didn't accept that question. It was corn.
I was gonna say corn.
Corn, the musical.
My favorite
Like the
musical
rock band?
and yeah, I was gonna say my favorite musical and band, Corn.
Yeah.
On that one,
Oh,
it's
wrong.
it's a musical about two. It's a musical based off a book turned movie and a musical. It's a
The
based off
Grinch.
a person that thought they were evil. Turns
Wicked.
out they're backstory.
Wicked.
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 Yeah,
Wicked.
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 Easy
Wicked.
peasy lemon squeezy, bro.
movie
Wicked.
turned musical where they have to something happens and purple underwear.
What?
What?
Purple underwear.
Harold and the Purple Crayon.
What?
No, it's a
I'm just gonna guess hairspray.
it's a music.
Hairspray?
It's a movie turned musical, and
Hairspray?
where
I don't know.
something happens, and the main character is revered to have pink or purple underwear. I can't remember which one.
The Lucas
Write the
movie,
question down.
Broadway show.
And Doc, isn't it?
I don't know.
Huh? Doc?
It's a movie where they go back.
Back to the Future.
What?
That's right.
Is
'cause
it
he has the
purple or
Calvin
pink
Klein.
underwear?
He has no. It's purple because he has the purple Calvin Klein. underwear, that's right.
Oh!
Because I remember that whole scene in the musical of like, oh, that's
Yeah,
a
and she's
interesting
like,
movie.
she's like, oh, hi, Calvin Klein. And he's like, what do you mean? It's like, it's your name. It's on your underwear.
Okay, number whatever. Next one is a
Oh.
musical
I've never seen that movie.
where there's like 5 main characters. Like the 2 main characters at the beginning die, and a guy was like, comes in and like, hey, teach them about death, and then we have another person that can.
Beetlejuice.
Hey, it's Beetlejuice. Hey.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
That one is about
That's
a
me.
teen wanting to escape and go save the world.
Aladdin. Just kidding. I didn't say that confidently.
It's not Aladdin.
I know.
So teen escaping?
Give us a hint.
It's a and she teams up with a guy to go fight a lava monster.
Moana.
Lucas gets the
Moana!
point. I heard Lucas first.
Hey! Wait, actually, Moana's not
Well-
on Broadway. It's just Moana Jr.
Okay.
That's the only version
Wait,
of
is
it.
that is Moana Jr. really the only version of it? Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, there's no
Wow.
Broadway version.
This is
That's lame.
I know. I don't know why they didn't make a
musical
Broadway version.
that was on Broadway that I would say is one of the most superlative musicals that is actually a musical that I'm like
Cats.
it doesn't seem like from the original material it doesn't seem like it how could we get musical from it. It has like
No.
a big guy like
Always.
trying to get people out of his home,
Cats.
and he teams up with like a annoying
How do you get a musical out of that? That's
Like, that's what I'm saying.
It's funny. It's funny though.
You're funny, dog.
Are you just going through each of Miss Wilder's old shows? What's next, Elf?
Miss Wilder did Shrek?
Yeah.
She did do Shrek. Like
Yeah,
10
she
years
does.
ago.
Miss Wilder does Shrek every 10 years.
It's almost time. It's almost time.
Interesting.
10 8 10 8 12 8 down throat Private Grey stuff.
What?
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. Why did you put me on this job?
I thought you would do well. Okay.
You were
Give me a
supposed to.
second.
One.
Oh,
Okay, Harrison. We're
it's
gonna have
of
one more
a-
question.
It's a really
Trying
famous
his hardest.
musical where something happened with the
this is our last-
chandelier.
This is our last one, Harrison.
Something happens with the chandelier. Chandelier.
Where
Yeah.
something happens with the
Yeah.
Phantom of the Opera.
It's
Phantom of the
Phantom
And
of
that
Opera.
is our Broadway trivia. All right.
Well, I guess that seizes the day.
I wish the episode wasn't 5,225 600 minutes wrong.
And at least I didn't lose my head.
Gabby, thanks for coming on.
Siri me.
Oh, shut up.
I mean us.